Ladies and gentlemen, the top tier is back. Welcome everyone to the Spanish Grand Prix for the top tier in TTC. Round 6 of the championship of 15, I believe. I don't have the calendar added on the thing, so you're just gonna have to, guess it a bit. But as you can see, a bit of Monaco on the background. Just for now, let me get the calendar up because I need to, say it. All right. So round 6 of the first race of the after the transfer week, the second block, as I call it, of Spain, Great Britain. Great Britain reverse, the first reverse race of TTC, and then followed by China and Canada to end the second block of races. So yeah, should be interesting. Let's make sure it's not actually gone racing yet. No, we haven't actually started. Apparently, there's no one watching. Let me just refresh my stream. There's no way there are 0 views. RS2. Right, fairs. Alright. So, let's get to the results if I remember what keybind I've set it to. F3. There we go. So this is the Singapore results. Aiden, why? Do I have to go to the com channel? Do I have what's is it like sorry, but like fine. Fine, I'll go to the comment. Need to know how many aren't in. Fine. Fine, Aiden. Yes. Okay. There you can see the results of Singapore. Obviously, the race was cut short after someone had their game crash. I wonder who that could have been. Aiden will be a second. Tick. Comes on Discord. Alright. If that works. Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, the channel, not the VC. Ah. Yeah, no. Yeah. How many in? 17. Whoops. Anyway. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, that's the results. I hope you stayed out for long enough. 12 points to Alex Santana, who stayed out, and Casper. Forget it. Moving on to the. Okay, that's definitely too small. I've made it. I've made it too small. Yeah, no. That's too small. We can agree that's too small. Can you read it? I don't think so. That's Luca Basner leading for Thomas Enger Sim Racing in the Drivers' Championship on 70 legible. Good. 70 points over Alex Santana and Joe Marquardt for TF10. If we look to the constructors, TF10 actually lead, but they obviously with I don't know how many points is it? Half points? Half points or quarter points or third points? I don't know. From Singapore, obviously not any team really scoring out like many points, but TF10 still having an advantage over Thomas Enger from Singapore. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot. I am a bit ill. With a huge lead over Tatum Restek in third, more than 100 points, or 107 precisely. But they are still in that fight with Thomas Enger. Quest Racing Team in 10, scoring 10 points. GG's. And Peck scoring minus points. I don't know how that's possible, to be honest. I think that's just a bit of a skill issue. So yeah, maybe actually no, they got Ruben Huertas minus points. No, not good enough. I have no idea if we started or not. Actually, we still haven't started. I think they're already hung up now, but like Warra QRT tonight. Oh my, great, it's great. I can feel myself coughing a lot, man. It's crazy. All right. So now you can stare at this beautiful picture of Monaco that I took myself. Obviously. Who else? While we wait for it to start, not the race, quality to start. And yeah. So should be the one, or honestly, maybe a boring one. Is is in Spain, obviously. We know the Spanish Grand Prix this game is not the most exciting of races. Obviously, we saw the Artemis tier go last night. I actually haven't seen the results or anything from that race, very honestly. And the Premier tier on Wednesday, obviously, being the first tier to tackle Spain of the three tiers. And I didn't see much of that one either, but I'm assuming nothing happened. Let's just assume that, because it's normally very boring, Spain, on this game. So, yeah. Should be in for a snooze fest, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. Should be a one-stop with stretching. Okay, now it's starting. Alright. Stints stretching, obviously, to the end of tire life. I forgot what keyboard is it. I've set it to F4. Alright. Let us begin. We are in Spain. Loading. Obviously. We know. Okay, now I've got to check my phone, so. Yes! 6 viewers. That's more than 2. Let's go. Alright. I'm going to struggle a lot to say my name. Teodorovirus Obiang. God. Alright. Rooting for Umut F. Artis all the way. Alright. Do this real quick. Up. Track map. Lap data. No telemetry, of course. Tire leader. Bang, bang. Alright. It's qualifying time. Let's have a look at the grid tonight then. So we've got QRT Neo representing QRT. Wow. BRC have Francesco Riello. TRT with Carvegis and Florian Fanzelter. AMS, a still AMS car of Christoph, Marcel Paps, and JST representing TF10. I'm not going to say that name. And Jake Stewart for ART. Kasper being the over QRT. Rene Klein, the GOAT. He is the GOAT in English. He has a C2 in English, I heard. Judging based off Wordle. Yeah. We got Spetzi and Berger. The most famous Berger on Twitter, obviously with Hadrick, is making his TTC debut tonight. Scott Ohms and Giovanni for Tess and Gino, the other BRC. We've got a car already approaching turn whatever it is, and I forgot the keybinds already for spectate. It's great, isn't it? Yeah, brilliant. Aha! Is it Rene? I think it's Rene. It is Rene. Right, we've got to look there. I think it's... I forgot what it is. Because I've set, obviously now... It's like F6 and F5. But I've set it to the stream thing. So when if I click that, it's good. If anyone's got any solutions, just tell me. Please. Because, like, you know, if I click that, that's going to just... I think it's F6 anyway, but... Or is it F8? Aha! It's F8 and F7. We're saved. We're saved. We're saved. Alright, it's all good. Although Rene's on the lap, I went, oh, that's... Okay, that's not to do. Okay. I cannot press that. Good to know. So I guess we'll be saying... Oh, no, I've got my wheel, though. This is like commentating the first time, isn't it? That's great. That's exactly what you guys want to hear, of course. Anyway, Florian has retired. I think he's got Qualiban. Actually, I'm not sure. Rene on a lap. 50.0 split. I have genuinely no idea if that's good or not. Not going to lie. Other than one race here, and I've forgotten about all this track. All about this track afterwards. For WR. And I came like last. 110 numbers. 1 to 0. 11... Shift plus numbers. Aha! I forgot I could use numbers. Because I'm an idiot. Of course. And I'm not used to commentating on the keyboard. We've got Williams going on in front of the corner. And the VCAB, I believe, yep, there you go. 11-9. Good luck with that. Shift 2. Oh, that's 12. Shift. That's 40. Berger second. Nico Rassenberg puts his car into second place so far. 48 thousandths off Scott Holmes. Goat. Absolute goat. Use your upshift to go on board if it. Yeah. I'm doing that now. Upshift. Next cross line is Giovanni starting his lap. We got, I think, Neo. Yep, coming around the last corner. I actually don't know who's coming around the last corner. I'm judging based off the map. Less than 2/10 off Scott Holmes. Next cross line is Marcel Paps. It's 5 thousandths off Scott Holmes. And yeah, 13 minutes to go and a half, I think. Maybe. I don't know. That's the wrong one. Who's next? 14? Spezzi. Out of the last corner. This should be probably 6th. And it is 6th. 2/10 off Scott Holmes. These are not bad bankers, I think, from memory. But obviously I did my laps on Xbox as JST now goes fastest with an 11-2. As cars now start to come around the last corner to finish their laps. Casper takes provisional pole with an 11-2-1-2. I am not saying that last name because I'm most definitely going to get it wrong. Carvergis next across the line. 49-9 split. Let's see where it goes. 6th place. 11-3-2-1. Next cross line is Giovanni. And he goes P9. That's not going to be where he wanted to be for Tess. Definitely fighting with TF10. But, yeah, we're just going to have to do with it. Christoph. Ooh, that's not a good split. Oh, good luck. Good luck. 13th. 4/10 off. Yeah, GG. Not ideal. Umut. Next across line. Split. 52. Ay. It's probably near the back, to be honest. Goes round that corner that I can't do. And this corner that I can't do either. And going around the last corner I can't do either. Great. What's my pole prediction from Mr. Andre as Umut goes 14? My pole prediction is a 0.0. Yeah, I've said it. 0.0 by God. JST. Go on. I believe no one's on the lap. Jake Stewart is on his way on an out lap. So is his teammate. Surely not. What do you mean? No. Surely in 11-0 is we're not. 11-0. That's an improvement of 10th and a bit from here. I think JST is going to do 11-0 at minimum. I mean, we're on PC grip here, Andrea. Not very fast. What? Nah. All right. But we never know. I don't know, to be honest. I'm a bit clueless. Bref, Jake Stewart starting his lap. My game's definitely lagging a bit, probably. I don't know if that's actually coming up. 11-1. Yeah, no, maybe, 11 minutes to go. Put on consoles in 11-0. Yeah, fair. Maybe 10-9 then. Go on then. I still think JST can get pole. We'll see. I forgot to follow Marcel Paps completely there. I'm very, very sorry to all the TF10 people in the chat. Evening, says Mr. Adam97. Good evening to you. As Jake Stewart is on his lap, end of Sector 2 split. Yeah, good luck with the middle sector. Not ideal. Not ideal. How are you doing, mate? I'm fine. How are you? Honestly, a nice evening here with some TTC action around Spain. As Jake Stewart comes around the last corner and across the line to go 12 fastest with an 11.5. Might have to improve on that, Chief. His teammate's on his way. He's 62 thousandths up after the first sector, but he's 0.8 off Marcel Paps this time. So he's got to find at least, a couple tenths here in the middle sector. End of middle sector split. He's 3/10 up. Currently, still puts him 16th and last, technically. A little bit of a wiggle. Going around this flat out corner. My game's lagging a tiny bit on my screen. I'm getting a tiny amount of screen freezes. I think you can probably see that on the stream as he goes 16th still, or say 16th. And if anyone really thinks his screen freeze is bad, I can change a bit the settings to try and not have these screen freezes. This is generally why I don't stream. Turn OBS preview off if it's on. Already though, I'm getting the screen freezes with Discord open. By the way, Rene Klein's gone second fastest. By the way, in all of that yapping, 1,000th off Marcel Pabst. I think I'll change it after these runs. So, we can cover these runs. Well, if I actually watch these runs, as the JST is 63,000 up after the first sector. A little bit of maybe a bit of a blockage there from the Haas. I can't tell which one that was. Yep, I agree, Aiden. I literally cannot even have Discord open. I can have Medal open at least. Well, not have screen freezes, but that's fine. But then Discord, Engineer, no, game's freezing. 74,000 up, JST, after the middle sector. I think Discord is actually open on my end, which is why it's lagging a bit. As JST, I think, has backed out of this lap after, I believe that was Rene Klein, C2 in English, has, maybe blocked him a little bit there. Not ideal. All right, next cross line, that is a Williams. Is that Berger? No, that's not Berger. Berger's down, though. Spedzi on his outlap, which means that's Jake. Not Jake. Where am I getting Jake from? Umut is next then. I didn't check him in the sector split, so good luck. On his way. Out of his corner, I can't do. Flat out corner. Easy. Still flat out. Not really, actually. You have to do small lift. I don't know, actually, on PC. On Xbox, do I think. Goes 13th fastest out of the way. Improves by about a 10th. Next crossline, Carver Gies goes third fastest. Next is Marcel Pabst to start his lap. We've got a Red Bull coming up the last corner, coming into the pits. The other one on his way around the last corner. And they cross the line to go 7th fastest, a 10th off P1. It is a very close qualifying here, I must say. As next cross line, I believe, will be Giovanni. Going to get even closer here, this qualifying session. Is he going to go into top 8? No, stays 10th fastest. Francesco Riello, he goes fastest with an 11.095. Great lap from a BRC driver in the second run of qualifying. Next to cross line will be Spezzi. 92,000 up after the middle sector. And across the line to go 7th fastest. Qualifying has just gotten even closer here as Jake Stewart, I believe, starts his lap. I actually can't tell. I think he is. Next cross line is Marcel Pabst. He's 81,000 up right now. Right now, up on P1 time. Is it going to be P1? It is an 11.032 from TF10 man Marcel Pabst. And that's a great time going into the last runs then. As cars will be making their way back to the pits. I think Gino is on his way back in. I don't believe anyone is on the lap apart from Mr. Jake Stewart on his way. 65,000 up after the first sector. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing a bit of screen freezes here. I will just put a be right back very quickly after this lap. He's 23,000 down, so yeah, not ideal. Okay, F6. And is he going to finish his lap? He is. Alright then. Let's see where he puts him. Improved by thousandths. Yeah, GG. and the rest are going to go in. So therefore, I'm going to take some time to close some of my programs. Thank you very much. You're not going to hear the sound of the game anymore. RIP. Just quickly, so we can have, a bit better frames here. Because obviously it's not very... Edge was open and doing... Discord was... that might help, Close a few things. Very quickly. Should definitely help. If it still continues, then I can do a few more things, I suppose. Alright. We're back. At Andrea TRT, track is pretty quick. Alright. So Rennie Klein and his teammate Umut have gone out on track. This should be better in frames, in theory. And it isn't. Great. Brilliant. I mean, I am streaming in 180p. That might not necessarily help, but, It's fine. You're going to have to deal with it, though. Might as well have streamed on Xbox and gotten smoother frames than this. This is still continuing, man. OBS is, not liking me at all. Aiden, you're going to have to tell me how to turn off OBS preview. Oh, is that on the screen thingy? Oh. I'll have a look after for the race. It's turn 1, Rennie Klein. On his way. See, this is why I don't stream my races, because I just get screen freezes like that all the time. Alright, he's 30,000 down after the first sector. That's a missed apex there, in my opinion anyway. Maybe for him it's actually better. Car in away. Car in away. Car in away. Move. Oh! Yep. Backed out. ART. Not ideal. On his way. For GSR. Yeah, it's swishing. What stream? Can right click and disable it. Yeah, I've only got one monitor, so I'll have a look. Oh no. No. Oh no. Scar's in the way. He's a 10th and a bit up. Normally that should be fine. Yep, right. Get a good drive out here. Boom, on the power. On his way. Round the last corner. Shouldn't get a slipstream from there. To the line. 10th fastest. 3/10 improvement from Umut as people are starting their last lap. We're going to go on board with JST's already on the lap, and I completely missed the fact he was on the lap because I was watching GSR. On his way. Out of the last two corners. Penultimate corner flat out. Last corner probably small lift. And the run to the line. And it's P2 for JST. It's an 11.090. At least I was right about JST doing the 9 and 11.0. Anyway, who should I go on board with? Scott Ohms. Why not? Scott Ohms, he's 7,000 up after the first sector. Yeah, right. For Tess, where's his teammate? P12? What's he doing down there? On his way. 10th and a bit up. Alright. This could be close to pole. Normally. Anyway. Out of this corner can't do. Flat out corner. That ART driver I can't say the name of has just gone 14th fastest. Casper gone 5th fastest. Scott Ohms goes fastest with a 10.995. Next cross line is Gino. Checkered flag falls, and these times will count. 12th, Giovanni into the pits for Tess. That's not good news at all. What about Francesco Riello on his way? He's a 10th off pole right now. He's 68 thousandths off right now. Into P3 he goes as William of Nico Rassenberg going 7th fastest. Next then, I believe, is Marcel Paps, and he's 34 thousandths up. And what will be now? He stays 37 thousandths off Scott Holmes. Next then is Spezzi in 9th. He's 69 thousandths up on his time. Where is he going to go? He stays 9th fastest, doesn't improve his time. Carvagese is next to cross the line, and he goes, or he stays 8th fastest, 2/10 off his time. Rennie has retired, and I believe that's it. No, Neo's on the lap. He was on the lap anyway. Casper is not. Scott Holmes isn't, and that's it. That's it for qualifying. I've just got adverts somewhere. Or if you don't have adverts. Oh, no, I don't have adverts anymore. Great. Well then, Tess on pole. That is a diabolical camera setting. Whoops. Right then. Scott Holmes on pole, 10.995. I was, not far off being 11.0 as my prediction. Marcel Paps, a TF10 in second fastest, with JST, his teammate, in fourth. That's a strong qualifying from Championship leaders TF10 that you're looking to extend their lead. Francesco Riello splits them in third. Then we've got Rennie Klein, C2 in English, the GOAT in P5. Casper 6th, Berger 7th, GOAT. Carvagese 8th, Spezzi 9th, 10th, and the rest, yeah. Right, I'm going to do a few things very quickly. How do I... Lock preview? No, that's definitely not. No. Preview scaling? No. How do I turn it off? Enable preview. Oh, that might help. Whoops. Alright. Let's just check I don't have anything else I can, close. I can just taking up a lot of it. Nah, not really. Alright then. You're gonna have to do with that. I'm sorry. Race time. 1 minute long bomber cloud. It's just a skull crust. Well done. Here is a reminder of your grid, and particularly the bottom 5 or bottom 9, or I don't know, who we've not mentioned, obviously, because of time. Then so Neo in 10th, at 11th. P12 for Giovanni. That's not good for Tess, man. Fighting TF10, you got to be up there. His teammates on pole. And down in P12, that's not going to help him at all. Gino 13th, Jake Stewart 14th, 15th, 16th, Christoph 17th, Florian. Right. Biggest bottle of a lap. Alright. So, make sure my sound's working again. If I'm too quiet or too loud from that qualifying session, do tell me, please. Because this is the first time that I'm using OBS on this PC. And this is the first time I'm streaming myself on this PC. Therefore, if it's too quiet, please inform of myself. Otherwise, it's going to be not very good for the rest of the race. And you don't really want that. If it's fine, don't say anything. If it's not fine, say something. Oh, we're racing. Oh, the lights are coming on. Oh, it's 5 lights. And then it's a restart. Is it? Or are some people lost? Or am I lost? Did Nico really jump the start that badly for me to think it was a restart? Oh my god. Nico leads! Because I saw Marcel on the soft and I was like, what? Nah. Oh, Rene's been overtaken. Oh, maybe not. Why is Nico jumped then? Nah, that is their most. That's damage there from someone. That's the most diabolical jump start I have ever. Whoa, that's Carvagie's going off. No, no, no. That is the most diabolical jump start I have ever seen. He wants clean there. No burger. Oh no. Why would you pit? Did you get 10 seconds from that as well? No, he didn't. Alright. There's fewer people coming in. Jake Stewart and well, Jake Stewart is, yeah, no. He's retired. Who is Com? Me. I am. It's the yes. Bref. Scott Holmes now leads. Well, has been leading. Marcel Paps on the Marcel Paps on the softs, I must say, is a choice. We're not going to lab. No, we are going to lab data, not telemetry. Aha. Is it the Monaco merchant? Yes, it is. Why are we on softs? I have no idea. I cannot answer that, obviously. But yeah, Marcel Peps on the soft. That's definitely interesting. Least French sounding person ever. All right. Well, thanks then. No, because the game thinks it's from Poundland. Yeah. Anyway, Rennie is on the hards actually. So is Christoph and Gino, who's pitted obviously, and Berger obviously jumping the start, very obviously jumping the start. In down in 15. That's a shame. I was looking forward to see him, to be honest, and how he would do. But yeah, that's ruined it all. No DRS anymore. Probably into the rest of the race. 30 laps of just straight agony without any DRS and no one around you. Complete isolation from the rest of the train. And Gino is just, yeah, no, well, let's not go there. But Francesco, yeah, he's dropping back a bit. Obviously, Marcel on the softs. That's is that a mistake? Is that intentional? I don't think so, because why would you go on the softs at all on this Spanish circuit? Because already medium hard is tricky enough. We saw even some cars on Wednesday night not making to the end already on a medium hard, including Mr. Lafitte. But insane two-stop. I don't know. But then if you do two-stop, why would you even go on a soft? Do you just do medium hard or medium hard medium or this ain't it? Yeah. Obviously, I can't say that exact translation, but yeah, no. Already losing DRS as well to Scott Holmes. 1.1 seconds, 1.2 seconds. My game lagging a bit actually there. But yeah, lost DRS already, and Francesco's going to be right all over him. I reckon the game for some reason had the alt strike picked on default. Maybe. I think, yeah, he might have just, not selected the right one. It's a shame, but he's got to work with it. Giovanni for Tess. Bad day goes to work. I've definitely not remembered the correct expression for that. They've gone but from bad to worse. 11th, now with a penalty, while his teammate leads and has gapped Marcel Paps, who's on the softs. How you manage this? It's Francesco flies past. Now, do they swap here? As Florian gets a free, yes, they will swap. I think that's the obvious and safe choice there. Very interesting username into the pits. I don't know what for. Yeah, that's, yeah. Is that wing swap? I think so. Is he just... Yeah, retirement, fair. Alright. 2 down, 15 to go. And he thought he'd picked the one that... Can we have a safety car? Yeah, sure, mate. I'll just ring Carvagis, so, yeah, mate. Yeah, 1 second. Alright. Hello, mate. How are you doing, Carl? Yeah, mate. TF and ask for a safety car. What's happened there? Francesco's gone in the gravel. Yeah, mate. I know you can't see this from 10th, but Francesco's gone in gravel, mate. So, maybe picked some direct from that, so maybe just, But anyway, I called to I called to ask you because, you need to call a safety car, TF10 just, they want one, so, you got to do it now. Come on, mate. As Marcel's in the pits from his softs, obviously not the right strategy at all. Let's see where it goes to. Hards. All right. Let's see where it goes from there. From where he gets to from here. Behind Nico Berger. Go. There go. Berger. There go. Head of Marcel Paps. Go. It's not pitted, but go. Still go. I hope my mate Carl has actually listened to me. The guy who was begging to retired lap 5, GG. Or whether there's now a second gap in the train. I think Francesco Riello, he got past Spezzi at some point that we didn't see. But he's not in the DRS of the top 3. Already, well, Scott Holmes is on himself, Then there's JST and Casper, never mind the last name, together for P2. And Francesco then leading the general train from himself down to Florian. Christoph has been gapped as well. Berger's just lost a lot of time. I don't know what for, but he has lost a lot of time. Bit of movement in the background with Giovanni. But we need to keep an eye on Marcel Paps, though, because, with his pace, with his hards, is he going to catch very quickly? Is he going to catch slowly? We'll see. Obviously, as Francesco, he's. I think that's race over. That mistake, that he made at that scam flat out corner. That's not really flat out, but going in the gravel, going wide. That's made him lose a lot of DRS. But JST is. I can see he's slowly but surely making his way back to Scott Holmes. Obviously, with the dirty air, that's not Florian in the background going off. I was about to say if it was Carvagis, TF10, you just got yourself a safety car, but obviously now it's too late. Now that Marcel's pitted, so yeah, whoops. But Francesco's continuing to lose time. On his way. Lap 8 of 33. This is going to be a terrifyingly long race if you stay here for the entire duration. This car's already going off. I can't see the dry line now. Marcel Paps got a 3 second as well for good measure. Bad to worse for TF10 leading the championship. But, now they've got a cushion because Giovanni's in 10th with a penalty as well. It's not completely over. What is completely over is Nico's pace. That's not good, Nico. You need to get on with it. Make Hedrick proud. Come on, chop chop. But yeah, JST, he's, chipping away a few hundredths every, here and there, every corner. As Francesco continues to back everyone up. Carvagis is about to lose DRS here. I can just see. But yeah, people going off, the main racing line on the straight just to cool their engine off. I seem to think there's something with the engine temperatures this game, especially if it means it's more significant and makes you lose a little bit more time. So staying in the dirty air and the hot air from the car ahead makes you lose some makes you gain a lot of temperature. You see Carver Geese going out over the slipstream on the straight. Giovanni not doing so. Interestingly, I am definitely having some cars lagging everywhere on the screen. I can't do anything about it, so yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. This is why I don't stream. Can you change? Oh, hang on. Can you change the gap to drive that ain't smart enough? Yeah, I feel you. All right, interval time. Let's go. So 1.1 from JST to Scott Holmes, and so 2.3 from Francesco to Casper. So yeah, no, but yeah, you see, leader is better when you have people pitting, and you want to see where is X driver going to come out in relation to Y driver who pitted Z laps before, with obviously pit loss. So that's why I generally do leader. Meant that I'm not smart enough, not you, mate. Yeah, I understood that. Yeah, I know. I understood that. Spezzi into fourth, past Francesco Riello. Maybe now he can start chipping away tenths from P3 man Casper. But yeah, no, I know. I was just explaining why I was using leader in the first place anyway. It's fine. Bref. Rassenberg is still 13th, and I realise I can use my keyboard again. He's not setting particularly good times here, Rassenberg. Way! Save. Berger, man. That was a scare and a half. But, yeah, mate, that's not going to help your race, is it? And your rear tyres. And the fact you jumped the start diabolically. But, yeah, I'm coughing a bit again. No. And at this point, yeah, he might have to up for 1 point here, Mr. Berger. Or the teammates in fourth, by the way. Yeah, but this training, it must be incredibly frustrating if you're in this second training now. Giovanni into the pits already for a all right, Casper's through, but he's not. There we go. No, hey, there we go. Giovanni in the pits. You'd like a fact? God, I have never done one of these. Oh. A fact about what though? Give me like I don't know. Give me like a topic. Like is it generally like commentators give TTC facts, or is it like general facts about any track or F1 related facts? Or I have not done this, to be honest. Don't blame me for this. Berger's in, and he's down in last. Anything. I have to think about this now. There was once I'll do TTC related. There was once a race in Canada where TTM got a 1-3 in very dodgy conditions where it was raining and the track was wet, but it was too wet for slicks and too dries for inters. The whole race, and it was extremely dodgy. And Mr. TTM Allison, or shall we say Alowin, won, obviously, the GOAT. And I got P3 for TTM, one of my first races for the team. Casper doing good. Yes, he is. But now, the gap has stabilised between P2 and P1 a bit. It's now lingering about 1.1, 1.2. So, yeah. 1.5 thingies. Rennie doing well on hards. Yeah, he is, to be fair. But now the hards, they're getting better than the mediums. Obviously, medium runners are going to start pitting around about in a few laps. Obviously, Giovanni going for that undercut, and Marcel Paps doing whatever, obviously. But Umut is doing his second race on NA. There he is. And of Carvergese as well. The guy who I phoned earlier to bring out a safety car. Absolutely useless, man. Terrible. But you go. Oh, we've got a car in. It's JST. Got multiple cars in. Alright. Here comes the action. Spezzi and Francesco Riello are in, which releases Rene Klein into clean air on his hards, which will enable him to push away. Very good. And I got 4 adverts. 4! While it's pitting, man. Are you serious? Marcel Paps passes JST on 7-lap older hards. I think Marcel is on a 2-stop, though, considering he started on the softs. 0 ads because of Brave Browser. Yeah, lucky. I'm on my phone on the Twitch app. Berger fastest lap. Go. This is ways to go. Always trust him. Back to the front. Mr. Scott Holmes has been caught by Casper. Burger, yes. Finally, this fourth adverts. I'm getting food adverts, of course. Scott Holmes is in. Casper's not followed him. Casper is going to do a small, he's going to do a small offset. All right, there you go. I just got pure food adverts from that. Yeah, it's just yeah. Clearly a sign of its food. Well, Aiden's been on my phone, I think. Florian has a 10-second for speeding in pits. Yeah, not ideal. Sorry. But let's see, because so Marcel Paps passes Scott Holmes. So let's see where JST is going to be in relation to Scott Holmes. Is he going to be in front of me? Yes, he is. JST takes the net lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, on his warm hards, can he start to gap Scott Holmes a bit, or will he just have to continue saving until the end of the race? Probably the latter, but, this is very good news if you're JST. With now Marcel Paps in 6th, have TF10 formulated the strategy where they're going to use Marcel Paps to block Scott Holmes, potentially, and give JST a huge advantage for this race. Right, ref. Oh, I'm sorry, Aiden. Casper's in. Lap 15 of 33. Rene Klein continues to lead the race. Second, why is he going that long? You got to pit at some point. And, Carvigis, there's a thing called the pit lane. It's on the side of a track, if you cut to the last corner, you might be able to enter it. Ultimate Daddy Strat. Let GSR win. It'd be a shame if just, the server just crashed, if the lobby just completely crashed. That'd be a shame if, JST's game just completely crashed and frozen. You had to restart it and, the whole lobby crashed. Just like 2 weeks ago by the guy who was influencing my adverts, clearly. By the way, TF10 have swapped. JST is now ahead of Marcel Paps. Now, will Marcel Paps do what I had suggested to do, which was to hold up Scott Holmes? Seems like it. Not very efficiently. But definitely seems to be some sort of play here. Is Scott Holmes going to have a go at him? No, he is not. And Marcel Paps has effectively lost. DRS on JST. Look at that. He's hit. Shout out to whoever is in this stream, by the way, and is telling him this. This is shout out. Thank you. In the pits. Carvagis in the pits. We've got a battle for net P2. This is then. Scott Holmes on his way, obviously flying past Marcel. Casper's got to get this move done as well, and gets past Marcel into turn on a clean move there for the Chianti driver, who is back up into P5, net P3. Is Rene. And Christoph still yet to pit, but however, there could be a nuisance to Mr. JST here, who's in the lead of the race. 1.9 separates Scott Holmes and JST. Can Scott Holmes get back to JST is the real question here. It'd be a huge boost for TF10, obviously. Let's read the chat here. And they've gone wild. As I said, JST's game crash. Let's go. Red flag, stop race now. 1, 2. Start messing with OBS again. Bet. Yeah. I got robbed of my point from cancellation. Marcel play that game. Scotty Holmes. Massive undercut. Furious for the win. He is 1.6 now. 1.5 as I look up from my screen. And has 1 lap fresher tyres as well than JST. Rene's in. Delta. Can you, Delta? No! Nico! No! Nico. Mahusiv. Yeah, Delta, what's going on? Are you engineering or are you, what is this strategy? That's my name. Yeah, what is this? What is this? Hey! Bored? You've sent Rene on a 2-stop because you're bored? What? No. Why is Rene on a 2-stop? What's going on here? You're not engineering. Well, then who is? What is this? Why is one on a 1-stop and the other's on a 2-stop? No. Man with C2 in English, according from Wordle. What is he doing? Oh, man. This is... Swifty, hello. But what is this, man? Why have you got one who does... Spencer's got past Marcel Paps, by the way. Why have you got Umut pitting 1 lap before on the inverse tyre? What's gone on here, then? He's practiced this. Right. But now he's racing Marcel Paps. Also, JST now leads. Christoph's in their way. He could be giving Scott Holmes some DRS here to help him get back to JST. But, of course, every corner that passes, dirty air happens. So this is, at the same time, costing Scott Holmes time, but also gaining him some time on the straights. As Christoph, is he going to be able to hang on the DRS? Surely not. Let him cook. Okay. Well, Christoph's lost DRS, but this is going to give Mr. Scott Holmes some DRS on the main straight, which is going to assist his way back to JST. As lap 19 starts, I'm already losing my voice a bit here. Not ideal at all. Scott Holmes into second. Casper third. Alright, that was a very necessary move. But look! Hey! 1.0! He's coming back at him. Rene's gone into 9th, by the way. You'd hope, because he's on fresh mediums and on a 2-stop. But look at this. Scott Holmes is back in the DRS of JST. Christoph, worst PSGL co-division coordinator ever. Blood missed like 4 races, leaving me to it. Yeah, not ideal. Gino's back in the pits, meanwhile, in last. On to mediums. That's not going to make the end. Actually, it might. Just. Someone who isn't making the end is Rene Klein, though. But, no, Scott Holmes is now in the DRS. Casper still in the DRS of Scott Holmes, obviously, as you can see. So, yeah, freeway battle then for the lead here for the next 15 laps. Buckle up, because nothing's going to happen. And what is going to happen is Rene Klein getting past Neo here. And Christoph's finally into the pits. Off his hard, onto the mediums. See, Rene Klein should fly past here. Neo and up into 7th. He might be on the 1-stop, but it'll be a very, 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 very long way on the medium. We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, Francesco Riello is behind Marcel Paps. Marcel Paps is just hanging on then to 5th place, presumably before making his second stop. I don't know what he's got for his second pit stop, maybe a hard or a medium. I'd think it'll be medium. That'll make logical sense. But we don't know. We'll see. Can you see me know what it was 33% points? Do you want to have a look? No, I'm not going to do that. Scott Holmes is in second, by the way. That's, yeah. Maybe not for longer, though, because, Casper's right behind him. And he is closing on JST on the straight as well. He's going to go for a move. Surely not. Rene Klein, fastest lap, stealing it off Berger. Get out. Did Berger even have it? I don't think so. Can I even see fastest lap? Oh, it's on this one, isn't it? Aha. No, the Scott Holmes does it. Whoops. Berger, you need to go for it, man, at the end. Psych, because it doesn't score any points, as I found out, because I got fastest lap, obviously. One time I get fastest lap, doesn't count. Of course. So, yeah. And I'm on leader again. Alright. Yeah, Marcel's just hanging on here. On his hard. Casper's getting close to Scott Holmes meanwhile, but I need to use my keyboard more. You just didn't deserve it, clearly. Alright. Rene's Gap Neo, and he's on the back of his little train with Marcel Paps. However, we go to the fight for second and potentially the fight for first here, because Casper is on the back of Scott Holmes. Marcel Paps finally in for a second pit stop, but yeah, no, because this game is broken and this game's slipstream is broken, you cannot pass. Therefore, Casper cannot pass either, because Casper is not superhuman and game breaking. So yeah, he has to adhere to the rules of physics according to EA. Not ideal. Rene's in P6 now on his mediums. I don't think he's going to go to the end on these mediums, but, Don't all-right me. Fight me behind Tesco. I don't even know what you're on about with you didn't deserve it, to be honest. I completely forgot now. What, can we have a fight at Sainsbury's, please, mate? Cheers. Anyway, my game just completely froze for a second. And, it's getting close now. Clearly. Waitrose? Go on, then. Yeah. See you, Waitrose, mate. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Chop chop. Didn't deserve the fastest lap point. Yeah, I didn't deserve it. Clearly not. Singapore wet race. No! Rene! Oh, find the lead! Press the wrong button. Oh! Oh, that's close. And my game is literally breaking apart. GG's. Scott Holmes leads. Scott Holmes is in the lead of the race. Casper still remains in third, but he's going to have a go at JST at some point, surely, with 2 lap fresher tyres. So, yeah. Although, personally, I do love shopping at Waitrose. I don't know why I need to say that, but, Marcel Paps is 14th. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. He's got a lot of work to do here. Nico Rassenberg is in 12th after diabolically jumping the start. That clip will... I didn't even press anything and it's just gone to 11th. Hey! There we go. There we go. He's back on screen and he's going to get overtaken by Christoph soon on mediums. Guess what? I'm so clueless watching this track. Oh, wait! Fight for lead again. JST is back in the lead. Goat. Okay, maybe not, but maybe he is. Sorry. Wait. Alright. I think that's Umert getting past you. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Giovanni's not having a good race at all here for Thomas Enger. It's fortunate, to be honest. Meanwhile, TRT, P10 and P11, Carve Geese, Florian Fanzelter, not good at all from both TRT drivers. Spetzi's, by the way, he's now caught back to the RS of the main lot because they're all going 2 miles an hour. And so have Francesco following him and Rene Klein on a very interesting strategy. But looking just from the gaps and looking from the helicopter view, Casper looks incredibly racy here. As I'm assuming, I can't press the brakes. I shouldn't do that. As I'm assuming, yep, Scott Holmes back for the lead into turn 1. It's going to keep stopping like this for a few laps, clearly. But Spetzi's now well in to the DRS. Meanwhile, get back past Giovanni. Should keep it this time. In theory. Christoph has passed Berger right now. And perhaps will inevitably get past Berger as well. But here we go. Scott Holmes back in the lead. 7/10 gap. He clearly seems much faster than JST at this point in time. God, what's happened? What's Lewis said? Alright, back to the show. 9/10 gap between Casper and JST. Just as I was saying, that Casper's looking racy, of course. 20 viewers only. I thought TTC did better than this normally. Alright then. Or does it still say Artemis tier? Because no one's changed it. It does still say Artemis tier when it's top tier. Because I can't change it, obviously. 5P12 here. Oh. 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 Oh, send it, go on. Way! Scaring Berger. Getting the grip on the medium. Game absolutely lagging everywhere and getting past him. Yeah, no, the lag is getting worse now. As T increases, frames decrease. Way! Way! That's a car on the wall! I want to go off. That's a car. Absolutely sending it into the barriers. That's Christoph for AMS. The sole AMS car, and AMS might not score points tonight. Not ideal. And he's left. Well done. Yeah. There's no way this guy is going to the end on these mediums. If he goes to the end on these mediums, I am publicly announcing that he's a go. Yep. 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 Why does it change if I touch some cables? Why is it lagging so bloody much? That's actually crazy. I don't know what's going on here. Getting freeze frame, screen freeze every 5 seconds here. Just because I have OBS open and streaming. Makes absolutely no sense. I did not buy a new PC just for this. I could have streamed on Xbox, you know. Lap 3 starts, 6 laps to go here. Can really hang on to his P7 because he has a penalty. And what will happen at the front? Why has the chat activity gone? It's just died. Come on, get some people back in chat. Come on. Wait, what? I look up from my screen as a safety car because Florian's out. I was looking down at my phone because I saw an interesting picture on Twitter, and I look up, and now there's a safety car. as if it couldn't get any crazier. Dear. This might be the worst stream I've ever done here. No frames, no ability to commentate properly. Everyone's in, by the way. Every single driver is in. Apart from Marcel Papt, who's come to cause chaos here at the front. Go on, lad. Oh, it's Florian CBA. Well, Aiden, gotta get ready for Among Us now. Among Us is in 5 laps, you know. I don't know what's causing these frames, man, to just completely drop. It's absolutely crazy. I was supposed to say wild and crazy, the same word. Hello? Hello? Burger? No! Francesco, what? Man, we've got the Max Verstappen regens on the grid here tonight. That next thing you're gonna go, he's gonna go straight line of Mercedes here. But brother, who the fuck has a new soft? Rassenberg has got a penalty under the safety car. There's no way. But how many people have brand new softs? You say that, Francesco Largo, my goat. How on earth have all of these people got a fresh soft? That's absolutely crazy. So we're so back. It seems. I mean, you know, the call that I made. If you remember the call, Matthias, the call that I made to Carvagheat at the start of the race. You know, you lot wanted a safety car. Well, guess what? He's related this information to his teammate, and he's put it in a wall. Finally, you know, after 20 laps, you know, well, you know, it's come eventually. It does come back to you. Those softs are dead in 1.5 laps. Yeah, but then, you know, the hards are hards. You're not going to have any grip on those hards. Mr. Neat. I don't. Why, like, not even medium or a used soft. I'd rather go on a used soft in this situation, I think. You know, that hard is going to lose so much speed very quickly. On board Giovanni. There you go. And why? I touch cables and it goes off him. What? Not even, you know, any button or anything, just cable. I touch it with my leg and it changes. Although Giovanni's on board, if you wanted it, you know, we're going to go off him in a second anyway, but, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I can just go this. We are about to have the worst 3 laps you will have ever seen in your life. The next 3 laps are about to be the most chaos-filled 3 laps you will have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcel Papt on the medium with a penalty leads this attack from Scott Holmes and JST, who are on brand new softs compared to Marcel Paps mediums, who are 8 laps old. We've got some cars in the field on the hards. Let's get back racing here, as the go moment is going to be any second now. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting. Now, Marcel Paps has gone, and he's floored it. On the main straight here, JST is pressuring Scott Holmes into the run, into turn 1. Is JST going to have his P2 here from Scott Holmes? He's trying to hang it around the outside of Scott Holmes, and he keeps his position so far, but JST has been pushed into the gravel and loses the places to Spezi, and Casper Rennie Klein, who's actually made his strategy work, is now pressuring JST for P5 around the outside, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, and Francesco on his hards can't attack him. Carvagese on the softs compared to Francesco on the hards, trying to do him round the outside into this corner, which he successfully does because the hards have absolutely no grip. And I'm losing my voice completely here, but Scott Holmes then has hung it in P2, but JST has lost it, potentially a win here. But is Scott Holmes going to go for it? Oh no, Marcel Paps, he is into the lead of the race, and Scott Holmes from Marcel Paps on his 9-lap-old mediums, as Giovanni is continuing to lose places on his hards. So is Nico Rassenberg. Someone else who's losing a lot of places is my voice box, because I am losing complete. Oh no! No! Oh, and he's his teammate as well. Oh, Francesco, that's gone so unlucky. Oh dear. Oh, but Marcel, you know, he's hanging on to this somehow. I mean, with Scott Holmes and JST fighting away, now he's managed to stay in second with his mediums that are surely completely dead. But Casper now is on the back of Marcel Paps. When will Casper do the move then for second place? Obviously, right now he's second place with penalties, as JST is trying to have to go at Spezi here for P4, and Rassenberg gets another penalty, and JST is back up to P4. Spezi trying to find a way back past, but can't find a way past, and my game is completely breaking apart here. Right then, Marcel Paps struggling just to stay in the DRS here into this last lap, lap 32 or 33. We're about to start the final lap. He's lost DRS, in fact. Actually, maybe he has it. No, we'll find out. Does he have DRS? He does. Just. That might be the luckiest DRS opening I've ever seen. Is Casper going to go for it, though? No, he's not. Just, you know, by being very lucky there, Marcel, how does he just fend off second place on the road from Casper? It might not matter at the end, because, you know, he will get penalty. As Casper's going to go for it, though, into second on the track. A little bit of wheel banging and a little bit of wheel hooking here, but Casper is successfully through. And what is going on with my PC? It's the last lap, luckily, so we don't have to keep watching this. But, yeah. Or now it's the last lap. Great. Scott Holmes has led this a long way, fighting away with JST. Maybe he can get. Oh, there's Spezi going for it. Spezi around the outside? No. Yeah, no, we're going to defend it, obviously. All right then, Scott Holmes. He's been leading quite a margin of this race. But now he's going to come out the final corner and take the win on track for now. Casper in second, taking fastest lap on the last lap. JST comes on in third. Spezi in fourth. Carvagese recovers to fifth. Rennie Klein down to eighth in the end. Maybe, just maybe, Scott Holmes could, you know, get in trouble for that move with JST. As that's the work. No. He deserves to get a penalty just from that dance. Honestly. No, get out. Casper's won. Everyone, Casper's won. Because Scott Holmes penalised because of that weird dance he's done on the podium. GG's, everyone. Where's the champagne gone? They're spraying air. I love spraying air on my other fellow comrades. Race winner, Scott Holmes. Fastest lap, Casper. Driver of the day, Casper. Most of the take, Marcel. Obviously, what happens if we start on the soft. Cleanest driver, JST. Right. Race winner, Scott Holmes, for now. Fastest lap, no point, obviously, for Mr. Casper. I'm not screenshotting the results, but I will go through them. Third is JST. Fourth, Spetsy. Fifth, Carvagee. Sixth, Neo. Seventh, eighth, Rennie Klein. You know, I think that could have been better for him. Well, obviously with penalty, he can't do much. Giovanni P9, Marcel in P10, Gino P11, Berger P12. That's a disappointing showing from him, to be honest. 13th, Christoph. 14th, Francesco Riello. DNF's Florian. Okay. And Jake Stewart. Both ARTs out. And that is it. For TTC. I don't have a stream ending. So what we're going to do, the most obvious thing to do, is do this. We're going to stare at this, and have a little chat then. So then that race, that's interesting because, now Tess are snatching something, they're smashing something back at TF10 for the lead of the constructor standings. If you want to have a look, where is it? Standings, there we go. Obviously, this is pre-race standings. So now this is gonna help them a lot in their fight with TF10. With obviously Scott Holmes winning provisionally. So yeah, I'm just gonna Alt F4, but should be interesting then. Next race, Silverstone. Obviously, don't forget that the Premier Tier goes there on Wednesday. I'm quite excited to see VNT's lineup for it. There is most likely Mr. Alowin racing for the team VNT, along with, I have no idea who, probably Plaggy, I'd assume. But anyway, or someone else. I don't know. We'll see. Well then, Artemis Tier on Wednesday. No, Artemis Tier on Thursday. Premier Tier on Wednesday. Top Tier is back next week on Friday at Silverstone. Let's see who can get the most points on the team. Thank you everyone in the chat for coming. And yep, we'll catch you next